Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques. Jacques. What up, folks? Good evening to all of you today on this Thursday night. What is up? What's up, folks?
Sir. Yes,
Jacques,
sir.
how you feeling over there, sir?
I'm feeling all right, man. It's Thursday. Football's back. We play Sunday, so hey, we are here.
Yes, sir.
What about you?
Sir. Man, dude, I'm great, man. I'm great. It's the NFL. Happy holidays to everybody, by the way, man. Happy holidays. Happy NFL Day to you and yours and your families, man, and your friends. Hope everyone's having a festive day. We already got a super chat. Man, that boy Zach Carpenter, man.
Yes, sir. With the $4.99 super chat. Tighten up.
Zach Carpenter. We appreciate it, bro. Do. Zach Carpenter in the building.
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it, Zach Carpenter.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Everybody's piling on in, man. Everybody's coming in. We got
yes,
Tyrell in the building. What up? Tighten up. He says, yo, we got Sean in the building.
Beasley, what's popping?
Latoya
P. What up?
Let's see. We got Marky Jones in the building. He says, tighten up.
Keisha, up, Mark.
Bill's looking scared for week 2. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Rodney in the building.
Rodney G.
We got Jay Porter.
Hey, Peasy in the crib.
We
What's
popping?
popping?
Overdrive, man. What is up, y'all? What is up?
What is up, man? What is up? We got 22 people in the chat. We appreciate y'all taking your time out to watch us today. Hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed, and for sure hit the like button, definitely. So yeah, man. And for our followers that are in Memphis, I want to say this before I forget, man. I hope all is okay down there with everything that took place, and everything. So I hope all is good. Look at LG, man. What's up, bro?
Yes, sir. LG in the building with the $20 super chat. He said, let's get it, fellas. Tighten up.
LG, what's popping, bro? We appreciate it. Hey, Jacques, that's 2 booms,
yes,
bro.
2.
Boom. Boom. LG part 2 in the building, folks. Stand up for that boy LG, man. We appreciate it, man.
Sir. We got Brian G in the building. What up, bro? Now, like you said, Memphis family, stay safe. Like you said, I've had a lot going on out there, man. So
yeah,
we praying for you. And
yeah, man, that's right. I'll be in the M-Town on Saturday, man. Watching the Jackson State Tennessee State game. My daughter, she's in the high school band, so they got a big performance. So I'll be up there at the game. So that's gonna be cool, man, and things like that. So showing the Tennessee love throughout the entire state. You know what I'm saying? So, well, folks, we are here. As you all know, we are playing the New York Giants. Game 1. We're here, Jacques. The NFL season started, bro. Yes, sir. Tennessee versus the New York Giants, man. So, of course, it is at home and everything. So what I want to do, man, I will tell you, we have, and if you follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, you'll know as well that we do have some special guests for the New York Giants, man. So first, I want to introduce a big podcast, man. You got to check it out, man. The link is in our description, man. Big Blue in the Bronx, man. So if you want to know about the New York Giants and the New York Yankees, and I'm going to tell you, man, when I was in New York just last year when I went to go see the Jets play the Titans, I went to the Yankees game too, man. It was a great experience. They played the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. They were trying to get in the playoffs. They lost that game, won the next game, and got into the playoffs, man. So that was a heck of an experience. But y'all got to check out Big Blue in the Bronx. Said Williams, what's up, bro? What's happening?
$10 super sticker, bro.
Absolutely, man. Cedric Williams. We appreciate it, bro. Boom. Cedric Williams in the building. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Thank you kindly, man. So we want to get an opportunity. We also have another podcast here as well for the New York Giants, man. Y'all got to check them out as well, too, man. It's that boy Shakes Montana, man. Check them out. Shakedown Media Network. They also as well do New York Giants media, man. Y'all got to check them out, man. The link is in the description as well. Make sure you subscribe to their channel today. Do that now. You get a chance. So I want to introduce Big Blue in the Bronx first, man. We got Alex in the building. What's up, Alex?
What's going on, everybody? Obviously, Titans and Giants play every 4 years. I remember the last time they played, not a very good experience. But you guys seem like fun. The NFL is back. This chat seems like fun. Can't wait to talk football. We're only so many hours away from the first game, well, at least for both of us this season. So I just can't wait.
Yeah, for sure, man. You want to pub up your podcast at all, man? About what you do?
Yeah, so we do a load of stuff on the Big Blue in the Bronx YouTube channel. We just surpassed like 600 the other day. Giants and Yankees, that's like what primarily my videos are focused on. I just got done with the Dead Red podcast, which is baseball, between me and a Red Sox fan, but also a little bit of NFL and NBA filtered into it. And then on Mondays at 8:10 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time is Boys in the Big Apple, where we just take all the sports topics that are relevant, and we have a lot of fun with it. Our chat is great. And that's what we do on Big Blue in the Bronx. So I once again appreciate you guys having me on, and I appreciate anyone who has already came up to my channel and subscribed.
Cool, man. Good stuff. Okay. All right. So we also have Shakes Montana, man. Again, as I mentioned, Shakedown Media in the building. What's up, Shakes? What's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm trying to get my camera going here, man, but
okay.
I wanted to make sure I said what's up to everybody. What's going on, everybody? How you doing, Alex? How you doing, Titan fans out there? Tighten up, huh? All right.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. So, you want to give some information about your podcast, Shakedown Media Network?
Yeah, man. Thank you. That's awesome, man. Listen, on our YouTube platform, we don't just do New York Giants content. We do it all. We have Shakedown DMV, which we're doing Ravens and Commanders. We also doing Today's Culture, which is all about the hip hop culture and entertainment. Also have Urban Impact, which is something to lift up the youth in the Black society. And also Shaysko and Ebert, homage to Cisco and Ebert on the movie reviews. So, check us out, man. Definitely like and subscribe.
Cool, man. Good stuff. That's okay. That's good stuff, Jacques. I mean, hey, you got a little insight on the movie part, man.
Yeah, man. I kind of been hiding out and it's been on the low, but yes, I do have a new podcast, guys. It's called Cool Movie Reviews. So Shakes, I also do movie reviews. So definitely, that is my lane as well. So hey, salute to that, my brother. Salute to that.
Yeah, man. It's dope, y'all. It's dope. It's great. Danko
with the super stick, $20, man.
Yes, sir. Danko Hawkins in the building. What's up, Danko? What's good, bro? What's happening, man? Hope all is well, man, and everything, bro. We appreciate it, man. We want to give him a double boom, Jacques. Danko Hawkins. Do-do-do-do. Boom. Do-do-do-do. Boom. Danko Hawkins in the building tonight. What up, Danko? What's good, man? We appreciate it for sure, man. So let's get into some football talk, man. So we got 34 people in the chat. Make sure to hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Also, as well, subscribe to the channels that that are in the description for Shakes Montana, as well as Big Blue in the Bronx, and everything like that. So, guys, we're gonna do our roundtable questions as we like to do around here, man. So, Jacques, I'm gonna ask you first, man. Let's get it cooking, bro. And those that subscribe, those that are in the chat as well too, man. Of course, you can fire off your answers as well too. So, the Titans. I have not checked the line, but I'm for sure that the Titans are favored to win this game. I'm for sure, but
I think so.
Okay,
I haven't checked the line either, but I think they are favored to win this game. I think you're correct.
Okay. We see you, Shakes. There you go. All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can find the line at some point. But so the Titans coming in, finishing in the number 1 seed in the AFC last year. With a disappointing loss to the Cincinnati Bengals in the playoffs. We had a home field advantage and we just squandered that. Playing a New York Giants team that had a 4-13 record last year. They had a lot of injuries, a lot of situations. They did finish in last place in the NFC East. Now we're in a new season. Both teams are 0-0. So, Jacques, I want to ask you this question, man. So I want to first ask as far as the Titans and going against the Giants. So what are some ways you think the Tennessee Titans could beat the New York Giants on Sunday, man?
Okay, so one way is we know what happened last year when we played the Cardinals, right? I was at the game. I'm a season ticket holder, so I was in the weeds. And it was hype. That was a team that we actually picked to say, hey, this is a shoehorn win, W. We're going to win this game. Me and you picked them last year to win it, everybody around the nation was like the Titans are going to win. We came out flat, okay?
Man.
Super flat, right? And it was some circumstances of why we came out flat. But the one way we can beat the Giants to me are a team that's added some pieces, but still need to add more pieces to get to the next level. One, they're NFC opponents, so this game really doesn't count. It counts for the wins and losses column, yes. But this game is a game that you want to get in there and establish momentum. So, one, play your game, right? That's to establish the run. We know, hey, we want to pass, but we got big Derrick Henry. Let's test their defense. Let's test their run defense. Let's test them. Let's see what they got, right? We know they have some hogs on the defensive line, but let's test it. Let's see how Derrick's foot is. Let's see how that offensive line is, right? Let's get out there, get the run game going. Then let's open up the pass. We got to protect, right? You want to get up early and fast, not slow. And lately, last year, Titans started slow. We got to start fast. So one way you can get it going is get the run game going, right? Establish your identity, get it going, move the ball, no mistakes, and then get that lead early. And then when you come on defense, defensive line needs to play well, right? We know how they played last year, national TV. Everybody seen we played the Bengals. We had 9 sacks, right? With the Giants, they don't have the best offensive line, so the Titans should eat with this particular offensive line, quote unquote. Like I said, should. But I do have some other things when it comes to how we can lose this game. But the defense should eat with this game, right? You should get to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is an okay quarterback, but he's not Tom Brady. He's not a mobile quarterback. And like you said before, we struggle with mobile quarterbacks. We like our stationary quarterbacks to keep them in that pocket and keep them within that containment to where, hey, the defensive line, Big Jeff, Danico Autry, we know we don't have Landry, but we do have Rashad Weaver who can eat. Bud Dupree should eat. So those are the 2 ways that we can win the game on offense and then defense. And then let me go to special teams. Special teams, we do got Stonehouse back there. We don't have our beloved Brett Kern anymore. But Stonehouse has to get used to getting punts and punting those 68 yards. We need to see that. And then Cal Phillips, Dontrell Hilliard, they need to come out and establish on special teams. So we need to win on all 3 phases of the game. So that's how I think we can win this game against the Giants.
Facts, no paper. I agree, Jacques. I totally agree with that. I do have some hellified points, and I want to swing that question to Alex as well. And Alex and Shakes, we'll go on the other end as well as far as the Giants, and how they could beat us as well. But we want to get your insight, knowing the Giants. How can the Tennessee Titans beat the Giants? So what are some things that you see that could be problematic for the Giants against us?
Yeah, a lot of good points there. How can the Titans defense beat us? Well, in my view, we got better at the right tackle position with Evan Neal. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of things that he's got to get through. There was a problem in camp with him getting off of his stance and his footwork a little bit. He worked, to improve it a little bit. We have yet to see that in actual game action. Mark Lewinsky, you guys should know him well. He was with the Colts for a couple of years as the right guard, so that's an improvement there. Andrew Thomas arguably was a Pro Bowler last year if he played all his games. So he made some huge improvements last year. The problem that I think the Giants are going to have overall in terms of the defensive line is because you mentioned Jeffrey Simmons. We don't have a starting left guard that's capable right now. We drafted a guy out of UNC by the name of Josh Azudu. He's not necessarily ready yet to start. So he's been injured. He's been missing practice time. So it's not necessarily ideal for the Giants coaching staff to throw him in there. Then we have Devery Hamilton, who pretty much played a lot of left guard in the preseason because of injuries. With that being said, though, they value him as more of a swing tackle. And I just don't know how he would fare up against Jeffrey Simmons and the tough defensive line. And then finally, the guy who's probably most likely to start is Ben Bredesen. He was with the Ravens. He got picked by them in 2020. We traded for him last year. It was advertised to be this really good pass protecting offensive lineman. Wasn't really that. So in ways the defense slows down, the Giants offense just got to cover everybody because we have a lot of speedy guys. I don't know how Sterling Shepard is in terms of getting reps. Do they give it to Wan'Dale Robinson a little bit more? But definitely in terms of both, maybe put Bud Dupree on the side of Evan Neal rather than Andrew Thomas and give him a real test, and then put Jeffrey Simmons on the inside between Jonathan Feliciano and Ben Bredesen. In terms of how can the offense beat up on the New York Giants a couple of days ago made headlines by cutting Blake Martinez. I'm not necessarily a fan of that move, to be fair, because I get the long-term vision by the Giants, but there's a lot of, open holes in terms of that story. They could have cut him for like $6 to $8 million in March and found a better replacement in the draft and free agency. So he's not with us anymore. And he was, even at 50%, because he's coming off a torn ACL, even at 50%, he'd be better than some of the linebackers we have right now. So the inside, it looks like this. It's Austin Calitro, who's a journeyman that played really well in the preseason, combined with Tay Crowder and Micah McFadden, who was drafted in the 5th round out of Indiana. So I think Derrick Henry may actually have a field day against those guys. I think our defensive line is pretty good when you look at the interior with Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
But also when you talk about the pass rush, you can combine this also with the passing game conversation. The Giants are going to be blitzing a lot no matter who they put on the field. That's Wink's defense. You guys have seen it a lot in the AFC before. Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari are likely not playing, which is a big burn. But at the same time, we don't want to hurt anything long-term with those guys in terms of injuries. So I guess get the ball out quick if you're Ryan Tannehill. And also, once again, run it with Derrick Henry. Now, the thing in terms of the passing game I will add before I hand it over to Shakes is Aaron Robinson was a guy we drafted last year out of UCF. He was a slot corner. He did a little bit, he impressed a little bit on the outside last year and in the slot when Adoree Jackson was out due to COVID issues and all this other stuff. But with that being said, he didn't look good in the preseason. I felt like he was overmatched. He was playing like 9 yards off of guys, and that's not really his style. He's more of a press man. There was one play that stuck to me when I was at the Jet Giant game. Elijah Moore ran a curl flat, and he was just pushing forward for a first down. Not to mention, he struggled against the Patriots, struggled against 2 receivers for the the Bengals. So, in my opinion, if there's anything in terms of the passing game to do, it's target Aaron Robinson, and that's I think how the Titan offense can beat the Giants defense.
Okay. All right, man. Wow. Wow. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, Shakes, I'm gonna throw that question to you as well, man. As far as the Giants, what do you feel some of the obstacles and again, how many people we got? We got 40 people in the chat, by the way.
Yes, sir.
We
Hit that
appreciate
like
you
button.
all joining the show. Again, make sure to hit subscribe, hit that like button as well. We appreciate everybody on the show. So, Shakes, I'm gonna throw that question to you as well. What do you think is some of the obstacles for the Giants against us, man?
All right, as far as the Titans, right? Because the first question was, how can the Titans beat the Giants, right?
Yep.
And that answer is simple, really. Just play Titan football. And by playing Titan football, y'all know how y'all play. Physical football, stop the run the ball, hit y'all tight ends. See, on both sides of the ball, like for one, he just mentioned Bredesen, right? Jeffrey Simmons is going to eat. Okay? He's going to eat. He's going to feast. Listen to me. All right? Dexter Lawrence. Some fans were sitting there saying, oh, should we give him the 5th-year option? All this. I'm a big advocate for Dexter Lawrence. And I said he should be at nose tackle. They threw him at nose tackle in camp. He abused Bredesen. I mean, it was damn near criminal. Okay?
Wow.
So, Jeffrey Simmons, if you looking at Bredesen across from you Sunday, yeah, you're going to eat. Okay? You're going to eat. Now, let me get on to the defensive side of the things. As far as y'all attacking us. Now, I don't think that y'all can run the ball very successful against us. Y'all going to be able to run because you can't really stop Derrick Henry. But that is one of our strong suits. So where y'all will be able to kill us at and y'all attack is through the tight ends. I know y'all got 3 tight ends.
Yep.
We have trouble with tight ends. Every year we've been having it for like 5 seasons now, Alex? So those tight ends are going to kill us. And that is the way y'all can attack us on that side of the ball. Now, as far as us, how can we oh, let me also put out this point. Y'all offense, all y'all really have to do is not turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
No mistakes. No mistakes, y'all win the game. Period. All right. And as far as us, we're going to give you turnovers. Daniel Jones, all that, we're going to give you one. We're going to give you one. It's inevitable. All right. So I think that is the way that y'all beat us. But as far as how we can beat y'all,
Hold that question. Hold that question.
Yeah,
we
we
gonna
coming around.
come to that. Yeah, we're
We're
gonna come to that.
We're gonna come there. We're gonna come
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So
Go ahead,
Shakes,
Hawk.
great points, man. Great points.
Yeah.
So I would tell you all, in my opinion, how we can beat the New York Giants. It's real simple. Okay. One of my favorite movies. Speaking of movies, right? We speaking of movies, y'all do a review on this movie. The movie Dumb and Dumber. And who was the main actor of the movie? Jim Carrey, right? Jim Carrey. Oh, Daniel Jones. Oh, that's Daniel Jones. Oh man, dang, my bad. I meant to pull up Jim Carrey, but Daniel Jones'
no,
face
y'all didn't
showed
do
up.
that.
Okay,
No,
so
didn't do that.
so yeah, so so when I look at Daniel Jones, right? Daniel Jones has struggled. And you know, when it comes to mediocre quarterbacks, the last 2 years and in the past, it was a problem for us. But the last 2 seasons, man, we put those quarterbacks in their place, man. We really do. And main reason is because of our front seven. And our front seven is going to be a beast still, like again, this season as well, and trying to run the ball. And I know New York is going to do the best to try to run Saquon Barkley, but when you look overall at the Giants, let's look at this, y'all. 4-13 last year, right? 31 in scoring offense, 31 in the league, right? Daniel Jones, he played 11 games, 2,400 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That looks like me out there, right? Saquon Barkley, he played 13 games. When I looked at his yards, I was like, well, maybe he played like maybe 9 games. He played 13 games and had 593 yards and 2 touchdowns. 2? Then the leading receivers, Evan Ingram, their tight end, at 46 catches, right? So I think the main part for us, and that was last year, it's New Year, I get that. But can New York score enough? That's the question. I don't know if they can with the defense that we have. I think that's where the difference is going to be. And I do agree with you, Shakes. I do think the Giants front four is going to do the best they can to try to stop Derrick Henry. They're going to, try to sell out, but I still think Derrick Henry can still get 2 touchdowns. And the question is, on the other hand, can Saquon get that? Can Daniel Jones muster enough offense to score enough to beat us? I think New York just doesn't have enough on offense. When you look at Evan Ingram being your number 1 receiver, he's a tight end, right? I mean, Golladay, I don't think he played to his contract last year. I think he had like 45 catches, right? And you got Kadarius Toney out there, who probably is their best receiver, right? Mm-hmm. Overall, he's going into his next year. He should do more. But those players don't scare me. They don't scare me on offense. They don't. And they say Evan Neal, the offensive lineman from Alabama, he's got a deal. He's got to deal with some folks coming down the pike. Bud Dupree. Sometimes they like to flex Jeffrey Simmons out there one-on-one as well. That's going to be tough for your first game. Evan Neal is a beast now. Don't get me wrong, but I do think, I just don't New York they don't have enough. I mean, they're going to have to have Frank Sinatra out there singing New York, New York or something to get the crowd going, man, because I honestly just don't think offensively the New York Giants have enough. That's one of my favorite songs. I love that song, man. It's crazy, but when you're in New York, they play it everywhere you go, man. New York, New York. But okay, that's another story. But I just think, again, I don't think that the New York Giants offensively will have enough. I think defensively they'll be okay. We're going to test Adoree Jackson, right? You know they were coming for him, the former Titan, right? And Adoree Jackson spoke about that coming back to Nashville. He felt he was mistreated here in Nashville, so he's glad to come back. So, hey, we got some work for you, Adoree. Now, when Derrick Henry runs to your side, yeah,
I wish I would. No, seriously, I wish I would. And don't abuse A-Rob over there, man. Go ahead and test my man over there. Because A-Rob is not ready right now.
No. I got you, man. Well, we'll see. I think that I just think that offensively we got too much smoke for them for right now, and just not enough points for the Giants at this point. So yeah, that's why. So cool, man. All right. So, Jacques, we got some folks making some comments. What do we got, man?
Let's see, man. We got a boy,
What up,
Ryan Harris. He said, "What up, fellas? Welcome back
What
to
up,
the
Ryan?
screen."
What's good, bro?
Yes,
What's
sir.
happening, brother?
We've been on a hiatus, but we back. We back. You know what I mean? We got Marcellus Clay. He said, "We
What
in
up,
here,
Marcellus?
man."
What up, man? What's up?
From Memphis. I see you. Let's see who else we got. We got our boy Stanley in here. We got Quan B.
Stanley, man. Quan B, what's popping,
I'm
man?
interested in seeing Tim Kelly's influence. I think it's going to be a big influence of Quan. Like,
for sure.
Just to be honest with you.
Sure.
We got Tommy Dixon. He said Derrick Henry will have a big season. You know, I actually feel like he will. Everybody's counting him out, and you know what happens when they count him out. A funny story, guys. When last time we played y'all, and I think Alex, you said it was 4 years ago in New York. It was raining. And that was the game. That was the year the Titans weren't going to make the playoffs. But I feel like that was the game that Derrick Henry broke out. Yep. And he had a hell of a game. I think he had like 143 yards. And in those last 4 games, he rushed for 1,000 yards. And in that next season, he rushed for 2,000 yards. Right. So it's real interesting to see that dynamic. But
that was a fun show we did too, Jacques. I remember that game.
Man.
We had a fun show that week for the Giants. That was
fun. Man. So let me see who else we got in here. We got out the way. Bev got y'all tuned up. Game one.
Game first. Okay.
Yes, sir. So that's what we got. So fellas. I'm gonna go to
over here, bro.
You said what?
Y'all disrespectful over here.
Yeah, I know that's kind of disrespectful. It is.
Man. I may have to stamp my flag a little harder here, man. Cause y'all being a little disrespectful, man.
We got Tommy D in the building. That's what he said. He said, if I often catch up to our defense, watch out for special seasons for the Titans. I see you. Yeah. Now that so Hawk gave us and asked us the question of how the Titans can win. So we're gonna flip this, right?
Yeah, flip the script on them, Top.
We're gonna say, how can the Giants beat the Titans? So this time, Shakes, I'm gonna start with you. Let us know. I know you was going to get to it earlier. Tell us how the Giants were going to beat the Titans. So elaborate, man. Let loose.
Well, first of all, we're not going to beat y'all. Let's just put that out there. Right? But how can we, right? That's the question.
Right, that's the question. How can we? Yep.
Now, here's the thing. This is what we have to do if we want to win. We have to keep the ball out of Daniel Jones' hands. How do you do that? You run the ball, and you dump the ball off to the playmaker's hands. Dump off to Barkley. Get the ball to Kadarius Toney. Get the ball off to Wan'Dale Robinson. Just get the ball out of his hands, and just make sure he don't make no mistakes. As far as the defense is concerned, it's the back and the defensive backs for us that is a little bit questionable with our corners. So I would just say, to shore that up, to disguise that, we need to bring pressure. Nothing but it. A whole lot of pressure. Just keep them coming. Keep dodging them at them. Just throw them. Torpedoes away. Just throw them, baby. Because that's how you can beat this Titan team.
Okay.
Great
point, Shakes.
He stated his case on that one, man. He stated his case. Okay.
He did. Right. Torpedoes. We need to torpedo a thing, bro. Next time.
We're looking at. We're going.
So next I'm gonna come to you, Hawk.
Okay.
How can the Giants beat the Titans? Give us some ways, man.
All right. So those in the comment section can relate to this. Probably still pissed off about this because I still am too. Jacques, I'm sure you feel the same as well too. You already know where I'm going, right? Okay. So the goal hopefully is that Ryan Tannehill throws it to the right blue jerseys, right? And that's our jerseys, not the Giants blue, our jerseys. Okay. Turnovers can make us lose. Okay. We lost to the Jets last year. We lost to the Texans last year because of turnovers, right? We should have beat the Cincinnati Bengals in a play. You can't lose and have 9 sacks. You cannot do it. That's like me growing hair. I can't do it. There's no way that can happen, right? So the New York Giants, again, with the Dory Jackson, he's been around. He knows how the Titans operate for sure. Got Thibodeau. I don't know if he's going to play or not. But Leonard Williams. So you have guys that are opportunistic on defense for the Giants that will look for interceptions and turnovers, okay? And so if Ryan Tannehill plays a bad game, I think it's on him. Very similar to Daniel Jones. He's better than Daniel Jones, but I'm saying not to so much keep it out of his hands, but just make sure you're making the right reads, man. And so, the Titans right now, they're going to have a lot of rookies on the field, okay? We have all of our rookies made the team except for one rookie, but all of them are going to see playing time. Traylon Burks, Cal Phillips, Chiga Kwaku, they're going to be on the field starting. So, it's going to take time to culminate the offense. So I think early, it might be some cobwebs early, and I just hope that turnovers don't happen, right? Watching the Buffalo game today, they had a lot of turnovers early. Now they've sort of superseded that. But a lot of times when the season starts, you got to, iron out those cobwebs. The Giants pretty much still have the same team they did last year. So they pretty much know what it is, right? But we can lose if we turn the football over a lot. And it can happen if we're not careful. Tannehill, please throw it to this color jersey, this blue, this powder blue, not the navy blue, not the royal blue. Throw it to us, okay? I think that's where we're going to, where we can fail. And again, I give the Giants credit. They got their new coach, Brian Daboll from the Buffalo Bills. They end up going in another direction. So I think they're going to, change it up a little bit. But I'm hoping more than anything, man, on offense, we just, we don't turn the ball over at the end of the day. So, yeah, that's my piece on it, Jacques.
Great points. Alex, the mic is yours.
Well, to be fair, I know Hawk was talking about the Tannehill interceptions. To my knowledge, in the uniform schedule, we're wearing our white uniforms. So if he throws it to white unis, I think it's going to be a little bit worse because they're not blue. You can't get that mixed up. But in terms of how the Giants defense could win over the Titans offense, gap discipline in the run game with our linebackers. I mentioned before that Blake Martinez is a huge loss to his run defense. But the guys we acquired in the offseason, Nick Williams and Justin Ellis, the rotational guys. And then you got Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence, obviously, up front. Jihad Ward is okay in the running game. Not perfect. He's a seasoned vet. Quincy Roche, if we call him up from the practice squad, he'll help as well. So gap discipline, setting the edge. One of the things that kind of, made me mad when the Giants were making the roster decisions is they cut Quincy Roche, who I just talked about. He was a draft pick of the Steelers. We claimed him last year. They cut him and they kept him on the practice squad, but they kept O'Shane Ximenez, who hasn't had production in so many years. Meanwhile, Quincy Roche is a better player and he could set the edge in the running game. And it's going to be very important, not just this week, but in the next few weeks, because you got McCaffrey, we got, the Cowboys week 3, a lot of different running football teams, but not just setting the edge and gap discipline, helping out with these younger linebackers, but also multiple blitz fronts. I think what sets former Giants defensive coordinator James Bettcher away from Wink Martindale's creative. He's known. He creates multiple fronts. It's not like James Bettcher where he just threw random fronts and the same fronts in zone defense. No, but what I'm looking for here as well. Now, I was actually looking at the Titans depth chart today, and I see, hopefully it's not mistaken me, that your third round pick right tackle will be starting at right tackle.
That is correct. Yep.
Out of Ohio State.
Yep.
So what I'm hoping for is that if Quincy Roche is activated, who will be our best pass rusher, hopefully he sticks to that side. But anyway, in terms of that, just throw different fronts out, get a couple of turnovers. And I know obviously y'all mentioned that about Tannehill. Aaron Robinson isn't necessarily ball happy. Dory Jackson only had one pick for us last year. Hopefully maybe it goes in the hands of Xavier McKinney. And then offensively, I know y'all had trouble stopping the pass last year. Daniel just has to go through his progressions. He did well in the preseason. Go through your progressions. Go with, Kadarius Toney, whoever. Go through your progressions. Check it down if you have to. Checkdowns aren't terrible. He did that a lot with Antonio Williams in the preseason. But for the offense, just overall, Daniel, go through your progressions. Get the ball out quickly. And then Saquon, find the hole and hit the hole. He's looked good in training camp. Hopefully that transfers over to Sunday's game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Great
hey,
points.
can I say something real quick though to
Yes,
that?
sir. Yes, sir.
Did y'all notice that? And no disrespect to Roche, cause I'm a Roche guy myself, but he's hoping on a guy that we released and is on our practice squad right now. That's how bad it is right now. That's how bad. We're hoping on a guy that's on our practice squad right now. Did y'all not hear that?
Hey.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep. So great points, everybody. Great points, Alex. Great points, Shake. Great point, Hawk. Now, how the Giants can beat the Titans? There's several ways, okay? And I think you had a chat up there, the one you just had up there. Bring that back up for me, Hawk.
Okay. Trying to remember where. You remember who it was from?
You just had it. Who was that? Let me see.
Let me see here.
You just had it up there. Well, anyway.
Okay.
The chat said, remember the Houston game, right?
Yes.
In the rain. It's supposed to rain Sunday, okay? We know the Titans don't play their best ball when it rains, right? Okay. Alex mentioned, and thank you, Alex, because I was going to bring this point up. You can attack our offensive line. I don't think our offensive line is that strong, okay?
Nope, we're not.
From what it looks like from the outside looking in, everybody might look at it. But I'm a big component of the preseason, okay? I look at the preseason. I take things from the preseason, and I look at those, and some of those things bleed over into the regular season, right? Prime example, Tannehill throwing interceptions last year in the preseason, bled over into the regular season. This year, I see issues with our O-line. Our O-line is struggling, okay? We have Nicholas Petit-Ferrer. Now, he's a rookie, right tackle. He's done good in the preseason. But Dylan Radis is supposed to be the second-year player that's supposed to come in, and he's supposed to be in that position, right? So you're asking a rookie, say, hey, rookie, come out here and do it. He's going to make mistakes, yes. But if I'm the Giants, like you said, Alex, you guys like to blitz, right? Overload that right side. Bring the pressure on the right side. You're going to have to max protect on that right side. You're going to test the rookie. Test the rookie, okay? Wow. Giants, you want to do it? Test the rookie. Get Tannehill throwing on his back foot. Get him uncomfortable because that's when he tends to make mistakes, right? Take advantage of your opportunities. I know a lot of people are counting out Derrick Henry. Don't count out Derrick Henry because it's still Derrick Henry, right? Take advantage. And usually ex-Titans tend to do good against the Titans. Corey Davis, right? Had a field day when we played the Jets.
He did.
I wouldn't be surprised if Adoree Jackson has 2 picks in this game just by circumstance, right? Coming back home, how he feels about the Titans, it would not surprise me one bit, okay? It would not surprise me. Another thing, on the offensive side of the ball, again, Tannehill is your key. Tannehill is your bread and butter. Can Tannehill keep it away from the Giants? I don't know. We should have did, and guys, I don't know if you watched our show last year when we did the Bengals show, but we did a breakdown show of how we can beat the Bengals. We made one crucial mistake in that whole breakdown. We didn't include Tannehill. We should have said, hey, how can the Titans lose to the Bengals? In prime moments, Tannehill throws and he lays a goose egg. And that's how the Giants ultimately can beat them. A third point is we know each time that we say, hey, we're supposed to handily beat this team. Ooh, it wouldn't surprise me if this game came down to a field goal and the Giants kicked the winning field goal or we barely by a field goal. That's Titans ball, okay? That is Titans ball. So that's what we do. We beat the best and lose to some of the worst teams possible. So we come in here and underestimate the Giants if you want to. We'll pay the ultimate price, and we'll be 0-1 going into a Bills game that, the Bills look pretty decent. Yeah. So that's how the Giants can beat the Titans.
Hey, Jean, man, you need some water over there, bro. You just spoke some fire, bro. Everything you saying, I'm sitting there shaking my head like, man, that's a fact, man.
It's reality.
It is reality. When you know your team, you know their tendencies. It's like, yeah, that can happen. That can happen for sure. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So shout out to those Giants fans in the comment section, man, for sure. Sox Arizona, what's up, man? What's good with you? You know, so that's good, man. So
hey,
Alex,
hey, real quick. Hey,
go ahead,
real
Shakes.
quick, just off of what my man said. Listen, as Giant fans, we have the same troubles and worries, right? Yeah. Like we sit there and say, "Oh my gosh!" Like it's the teams that we supposed to get beat and crushed, and we come out and hey, we underdogs, we win. But the motherfuckers we sit there and we supposed to beat, and they bums winning 3 games a season.
Yeah.
We sit there and just give up a last minute field goal or something, and it's like,
Yep.
what the fuck? What
Yep.
Yeah.
what team
Yeah.
are we? Dr.
Mhm.
Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So I get it, bro. I get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure, man. For sure.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if that had.
It wouldn't.
And it's raining,
would.
and
Yep.
it's too much. Let me say this: it's too much. The planets are aligning too much for this game to just go crazy and wonky. So we it's deja vu. We did this last year. So yeah,
That's right, man. That's right. So Alex, I'm gonna throw this question at you, Alex, man. So, Jacques and I know a lot about the Giants. We know about the majority of the teams. We know about all the teams in the NFL. But of course, you and Shakes will have much more of an insight on the Giants because that's your team. So going into this game, what Giant player should we watch out for, man? Who should we be kind of like, ooh, if it's one player on the Giants, maybe that, we might have folks that are on the show that might not know about the New York Giants. Matter of fact, we got 51 folks in the chat. Hit that like button, folks. And if you have not subscribed to Shakes Montana and also the Big Blue in the Bronx, do that right now. Okay, so who should we be worried about, man? I mean, with the New York Giants, I know y'all got Jay-Z. I know you got Nas. I'm a big fan of both of them. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, get Jay-Z to wear that Titans hat at the end of the game. Hopefully. But in New York, who should we be worried about, man?
Oof. I'm gonna list maybe one or two per side because honestly, with I see Jeremiah's comment about Ojulari. He's probably not playing, unfortunately. So I can't even say look out for him or Thibodeau, which will give you guys a break. But defensively, I'm gonna say either Adoree Jack. Well, actually, I'm gonna name 3 right off the bat. I'm gonna go Leonard Williams, Adoree Jackson, or Xavier McKinney. McKinney had 5 picks last year. Yeah. He was a good safety, probably the best on a bad team. Adoree Jackson was locking down that second half of the field last year. Once again, not too much of a ball hawk, but probably his best pro season. And then Leonard Williams, last year he had 6.5 sacks, which was kind of a letdown for Giants fans because he had 11.5 the year before, even though I called the 6.5 because I said there's no way after a contract year he's going to, come out and perform like he did last year. But Adoree Jackson, hopefully he's a ball hawk in this game, but I see him locking down whoever your number 1 is, possibly. He also has a tendency to keep up with the speedy receivers. McKinney just ball hawking, and then Leonard Williams stopping the run and just getting interior pressure. Those are some defensive players. Offensive players, I'm going to say maybe Saquon Barkley, but also Kadarius Toney. I feel like Kadarius Toney is going to be the best piece on offense and a key piece on offense if the New York Giants want to actually win this game.
Okay. Gotcha, man.
Agrees with you. Got a $4.99 super chat. Zach
Carpenter back. Yeah, absolutely, man. Zach Carpenter coming back again, man, with the super chat. Yes, so Zach Carpenter says Leonard Williams is a guy we should be. Totally agree with that, man. I do. He's a beast, man. So Jacques.
Yes, sir.
Zach Carpenter.
Yes, sir.
Boom. Zach Carpenter in the building. Zach, appreciate it. Great comment, bro. Great comment, man. So Shakes, I'm gonna ask you that same question, man, about the Giants. Who should we be worried about, man? If I'm a casual Titans fan, don't know much about the Giants, I'm going to the game, who should we be worried about?
Well, I'm not gonna give you a usual suspects because I'm thinking that y'all already worried about those guys, right? So I'm just gonna give y'all some guys that is gonna come out of nowhere and you'll be like, who the hell is that? Right? And some of those names, we're gonna have to depend a lot on Micah McFadden, right? Because my boy Alex said that we got rid of Blake Martinez. Well, Micah McFadden is the clone, okay? He is Blake Martinez reincarnated, okay? And I think that is one of the reasons why we felt so comfortable letting him go. So Michael McFadden, look out for that name. He did mention Xavier McKinney. Yes, that boy, X-Man, y'all, he's gonna show y'all some things this Sunday that y'all gonna be like, yo, that boy can ball. And my last name that I will give y'all on the offensive side of the things is Daniel Bellinger, right?
Okay.
Nobody's talking about him really, but he's the starting tight end. And the reason why I'm pointing him out is because we're going to need a lot from him blocking wise. Not so much receiving, which he's going to bring up the seams, but blocking wise, this dude is nasty when it comes to blocking, and we're going to need it for Saquon, whether it's out the backfield or dumping it off on screens. He's going to be big on opening holes up for Saquon Barkley. Y'all will see. So those are the names y'all need to look out for.
Okay, man. Y'all got me like thinking, man. I mean, hey, I hear you. I hear you.
Right.
Yeah,
And Leonard Williams was a guy I wanted the Titans to draft when he came out. So yeah, I definitely. So
and real quick, so Jacques, who have I talked about? Like, because guys, we live in Nashville, right? We're in SEC country too. So we got the NFL and the SEC. Who from Georgia was a guy that the New York Giants had who I really wanted us to draft?
the DB, right?
Nope. Olajari.
Yeah.
Remember?
Olajari. Yep.
Yes, because there's a guy on the team whose father I know, whose son plays for Georgia. So I used to watch Georgia all the time. I said, man, Olajari, that boy is number 13. He's pretty good. And the Giants drafted him. I said, damn, that's a hell of a pickup. Yep.
Hey, and listen, his little brother is just as good. BJ Ojolari over there in LSU. Check him out.
Okay. All right. Good stuff,
Shakes.
Shake.
Rubbing it up. All right, Shake. I see you.
Yep.
So we're going to pose the question opposite. So, Hawk, give us some Titans players that the Giants fans and Alex and Shake are not aware of that they need to be worried about, man.
So we all know the givens of Jeffrey Simmons, Derrick Henry. Y'all know those guys, right? Our kids know these guys, right? My daughter never watches football. She knows about Derrick Henry. She sees a pic. That's Derrick Henry, Dad. Yeah, it is. That's Jeffrey Simmons, Dad. Yeah, that's him. So, and we've seen these guys in person. Big old dudes. Like, them guys are huge. So everybody knows about these guys. But you might not know or talk a lot about Kevin Byer, okay? Kevin Byer, to me, is the best safety in the league when it comes about playmaking. You throw in his area, it's going to get picked off. That's a guarantee, okay? Kevin Byer has been an all-pro for 2 years in his career, okay? Kevin Byer has had the most interceptions since he's been in the league. So those aren't made-up stats, okay? Daniel Jones likes to throw the ball a lot down the middle. That's what he likes to do. And that's where Kevin Byer feasts. So if he dares to do this, if he does it enough, Kevin Byer will be guaranteed to have at least one interception. No question about that. So on offense, for the Titans, again, Derrick Henry could be the easy answer, but I'm gonna throw something at you all. Chig Okonkwo, our rookie tight end, okay? He is gonna play, all right, as a rookie. He's gonna be our second tight. He might play the third tight end based on the scheme because we do have a blocking tight end in Jeff Swain. But if we need to throw the ball, look out for Chig Okonkwo, the rookie. He wears 85. I bet no one knows about him. Titan fans know about him for sure. But more than anybody, you better watch out for 31 on defense. That is Kevin Byer, who went to my alum. He's going to be ready, Jacques. So, Jacques, what about you, bro?
Hey, real quick, before you go, bro.
Yes, sir.
Just real quick, right? I put up my rankings this summer, and I did a top 15 on safeties. And when I put them up, I left Byer out, right?
Okay.
Now listen, I'm sure it's just lack of watching, right? Because I swear, Titan fans was killing me like, bro, you don't know the fuck you talking about. You ain't got Byer on your list.
Our GM is saying the same thing, like, damn, Shakes, bro, you don't know Kevin Byer, bro. Damn, I drafted this guy, man. Go ahead.
So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, let me look at this shit. So I looked at his stats and I looked at it everywhere, PFF and everything. And I said, good God Almighty, I left this boy out, huh?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I am very aware of him now. So shout outs to you Titan fans for getting on me about not having him in my list.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm like everybody said, the obvious. We know Jeffrey Henry. We know the usual suspects, like you said, Byer. I feel like Byer is a usual suspect, right? But I'm going to go in a different route. On defense, this young man is a mature kid that came out of Auburn, okay? And his name is Roger Mccrary, all right?
Look, Jeremiah, right on cue with you, bro.
And the crazy thing about it, I watched this kid. First off, I watched him play in the SEC. Now, like you said, we live in SEC country, so we see these players come out. We see them play. We see them go against the best of the best competition and everything. And I called Hawk one day and I said, hey, Hawk, there's a kid that you need to check out. His name is Roger Mccrary, and he's from Auburn. He plays DB, and his kid is going to be sticky. He's pretty good. Me and Hawk, guys, Alex and Shake, if you didn't know, we used to play ball. We played DB. So we know a little something about playing DB, right? So I'm looking at him, and I'm like, okay, Roger, man, he's real sticky. He doesn't have the longest arms, right? His length is not there, but he has makeup speed. He's in his hip pocket. He's a very sticky corner that knows how to mirror when it comes to man coverage. When it comes to zone, his closing speed is remarkable. So you hear about him in training camp. You're like, okay, Chig is starting to Roger's starting to rise a little bit. This kid is starting, okay? And I know we have some injuries to Molden, who was solid last year, and Johnson. So he's going to automatically start in the slot. Watch out for Roger Mccrary. This is his first legit start. He started in the preseason, but this is his first legit start. He can be a sneaky DB that can really sneak up, and he can take advantage of his opportunity, especially with Daniel Jones throwing back there. On the offensive side of the ball, I'm going to go Austin Hooper. Okay. Austin Hooper, we know he was a Cleveland Brown, but he didn't do too much with the Browns. But when he was with the Falcons, that's kind of where he made his bread and butter. That's how he got paid with the Browns. Austin Hooper is another one that can be real sticky and slick. And he's that seam tight end. Like you guys said, you guys struggle with the tight ends. So those are two players that I think you guys need to watch out for. Like I said, we have so many players that you can watch out for, but those two, keep an eye on them. And I got a bonus for you too, a bonus. His name is Kyle Phillips. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's out of UCLA. This kid could be the next Hunter Renfrow or Wes Welker. The kid's going to make his opportunities. This kid is slick. And I think with Tannehill throwing him the ball and him getting his opportunities, just watch him. Just watch out. So those are my guys, man.
He's a little slot guy, right?
Yes, he is a slot guy.
Yeah, he's a slot guy. Yep. Rookie. We got like 7 rookies that are going to be playing, man. So it's good for them to have that experience, going into the season, man. So yeah. Well, cool. Well, here's our favorite part of the show, guys.
Go ahead, Steph. Go ahead.
My bad. But Hawk, y'all said y'all played?
Yes.
Yep. In the league, right?
No.
Not in the league. No,
played 4 years in college. Yes. Yeah, not in the league. Yeah.
All right, I got you. All right.
Cool.
Okay,
So
got you. I just wanted to
all right, man. All right. So our favorite part of the show. We are at the live chop up. There's a reason why we're at the live chop up, man. That's to chop it up with everybody that's watching the show, man. We like to have them involved as well. So we are inviting everybody at the dinner table for the live chop up. This is the opportunity and time for you all to, ask questions to us. We'll fire them off. We'll answer them quickly to try to get to as many questions as we can. So again, we want to say we appreciate everybody. We still got 45 people in the chat. We always appreciate you all, subscribing to us and supporting us. We really do. So let's fire off some questions, man. And what we'll do, man, hey, whoever wants to answer the question, answer it. We'll get on to the next question, man. Hit us off, folks.
Yep. Hit us off. And this is a question to the Giants. I'll start us off. Alex, Shank, and Alex, I'm going to come to you first. And then, Shank, you can answer this. How much do you guys believe in Daniel Jones? Is he you guys' future? Or are you guys going to look in the draft to draft a quarterback? How are you guys feeling like that in Giants country?
Wow. That's a lot of smoke, Jacques. Woo! Man, I got to hear this.
I'll start off. So, first of all, when he was drafted, and it's so weird that the draft took place in Tennessee when we took him. Yeah. But anyway, when we drafted him, I wasn't happy. I was a big Dwayne Haskins fan. Then I saw kind of how that played out. I'm like, okay, well, a little bit better. So I was excited with his rookie year, 26 touchdowns. I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. So obviously Pat Shurmur gets fired. They put in Jason Garrett. And long story short, the 2 years with Jason Garrett was not good. It was a mixture of things. I mean, bad O-line's always been the case with the New York Giants the last few years, but the scheme was was terrible. It was like early 2000s, curl routes. It was bad. They weren't even putting Saquon Barkley in the right position to succeed because they were running him up the middle and not, to the sides and stuff like that. But with that, I also kind of saw with the Tampa Bay Bucks game that happened last year, where we got our butts handed to us. And, some of the other games I noticed as well is just Daniel Jones wasn't consistent. And however the Giants fans want to put it, whether it's, mostly on the Giants organization as a whole or it's on Daniel Jones. Personally, I feel like a lot of people get on Daniel Jones like he's a Nathan Peterman or like he's a really bad quarterback. He's not. He's just inconsistent and doesn't have a ceiling in terms of production. Like that's what in terms of a low production. Where I'm at with him, this year's a prove it year in terms of like his career, not necessarily with the Giants. I think we're going to end up drafting a quarterback next year. I know a lot of Giant fans are talking about some names early: CJ Stroud, Tyler Van Dyke, Anthony Richardson, some of those other guys. The dude from Kentucky, Will Levis. So, I mean, I think we're drafting a quarterback next year, but we'll see what happens. I'm playing it out day by day. I know we're going to draft a QB, and if we draft a QB, great. If we keep Daniel Jones, he better show us that, he's here for the long term and that he's good for the long term. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say on the Daniel Jones aspect.
Got it. Shake, what you think?
Oh boy, man. I'm glad I had gone last, because this is a doozy. Look, all right. Okay. Because I've been through this, right? I've been through this with Giants fans all summer. I've been doing this ad nauseum, and right now it's like beating a dead horse. But y'all didn't hear it, so here y'all go, right? So listen. First off,
Eli.
okay?
Eli.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I did that because as a Giant fan, I feel this guy spoiled us. When you sit there and you don't miss no games for your whole career, you just play. You almost broke your shoulder and you was right out there the next week. I mean, that is amazing. So you have to be a machine at a quarterback following that guy. You can't be a guy that sits there and misses. How many games he missed, Alex? He didn't play a full season since he's been in the league. Okay, let me just say that. All right. Okay, that's number one. Number two, right? I think Dabo can get this guy to be fundamentally good. But the thing is, 4 wins a season, tops, is what you're going to get from Daniel Jones. You don't give that quarterback $30 million, $40 million a season. You don't do it. You get rid of him, you count your losses, and you start over. So his career as a Giant, this should be his last season. But he should show that, look, I can play in this league and lobby for him to get money somewhere else. I don't think he'll be a starter somewhere else, maybe eventually, but show the league that you can be a comparable quarterback. And I think he will show that this season. I just think that you don't pay that guy 30, 40 million a season. You can't do it. You're putting your whole organization at hostage. Period.
Wow.
Great point.
Great points, y'all. Ain't nothing I can say about that, man. Hey,
great. Let me first of all, you had me engaged. Y'all had me engaged, both of y'all. So
Daniel Jones,
questions.
Step it up, Daniel. Better step it up, bro. Them Giant fans are kind of like, bruh.
He's a Duke guy, man. So hey.
Yeah.
So great breakdown for both of y'all, man. Great breakdown. That's why y'all, to me, for like the Top Giants podcast. So do y'all thing, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
real quick, Hawk, it's gonna go to me and you. Kendall G says, how do y'all feel about the Titans pass rush this year? So I guess minus Harold Landry. How you feel about it, Hawk?
I felt incredible about it. Now with Harold Landry being out, things are a little bit unknown as far as, in that spot, but I still feel great about it. I still feel like, they'll make it happen. They've made some adjustments. Right. They put Danico Autry in that spot right now to start off the season. So they've made some adjustments. They got DeMarcus Walker on the other side. So again, that's the guy we don't know yet, right? But you still got Bud Dupree, who better step it up. Or Bud Dupree gonna be looking like Daniel Jones up here, just like this. We're gonna have Jim Carrey next to him, right? Because he got paid. Bud Dupree is paid. Okay, so we got Bud Dupree. Got Jeffrey Simmons, Danico Autry. Hey man, we got some beasts, man. You got the second-year player Rashad Weaver. Our pass rush is great, and our run defense is better than our pass rush. I mean, last year we were top 5 in run defense. You can't run on us. It don't happen. Teams do not run against the Titans, period. The best way to beat the Titans on our defense from a pass rush standpoint, better throw it on the outside, not in the middle, on the outside. So if we got our pass rush and we get to the quarterback, we're going to be a problem just like we were last year. So I feel great about it. That's my answer.
Got it. All right, same here. I feel great about our defensive line. Even though Harold went down, I feel like Rashad Weaver is like his replacement in some aspects. And he showed me enough last year in the preseason. He showed me enough in this preseason this year that he will be okay and we will be okay in their scheme. So we do a lot of stunt blitzes. So definitely. So this question, I guess, is going to go to – what up, Shaq? Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to answer that question. Go ahead.
Okay, so Jonathan says, he said, how Giants fans feel about drafting Saquon in fantasy? I gave up a while ago. Same goes for Christian McCaffrey. How you guys feel about Saquon, man?
Let me go, please.
Go ahead.
Right?
Go ahead.
So listen, right? Listen, last year, and I'm gonna just say to answer your question, man, draft him, right? That's to answer your question. But last year when I looked at him, you can see like it was a player that just wanted to get back healthy, right? Like he was questioning things that he was like, look, why me? And he's like, yo, like, I don't know what's going on. I just need to get back. This all season, you just see that fire in his eyes that you've seen since the rookie season. He knows he's a bad man and he can't wait to show y'all. So this season, he's going to go off. I went as crazy as to say 2,500 all-purpose yards for Saquon Barkley. Go draft him.
That's a bold prediction. That is a bold prediction. Alex, do you feel the same way?
I don't have as much confidence. I mean, yeah, the last 2 years, he's obviously, not been himself. Last year, he came off the ACL. He wasn't hitting the hole. He wasn't schemed properly. I've stayed away from him in fantasy, particularly. I've taken other running backs. In terms of, anyone who wants to draft him in fantasy, I mean, they're going to probably use him a little bit more as a receiver this year. And, the way I'm looking at it, the Bills the last few years, I mean, they will run with Saquon Barkley. To be honest with you, it may even be a toss-up because, early in camp, the run blocking was phenomenal, but the pass blocking wasn't good. So they may elect to be a run-first team the first few weeks. But if they go on the plan that I think they're going to go eventually in the long term, is that they're going to use Saquon Barkley as receiver, run with him, but the Bills have been doing the last few years and run it very minimally, mostly pass it like 71% of the time.
Got it. I like it.
Draft me, guys. Come on now.
And
draft me, please, says Saquon. Come on now. I'm ready.
That's funny. So Jeremiah asks, is Josh Gordon playing time? I feel like Josh Gordon, they'll activate him probably for the Raiders game. No, for the Bills game. I think you can need him for the Bills game. You're going to need everything that you need for the Bills game. I think he'll be activated next week. What about you, Hawk?
That's a great answer, man. If you look at the depth chart for the Titans, you look at the receiver core, Nick Westbrook-Akina, Traylon Burks, Cody Hollister. Cody Hollister would be the guy that would probably take a seat here soon for Josh Gordon. So not this game because he's still learning the offense. He even said that. So in time, yes, but not right now. No.
Yep. I agree.
Yep.
The Clanky
and my hope
Spoon
is that, man, we get the Cleveland Josh Gordon, right?
Man.
That's the guy we want. But those days are done,
So,
man.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
What you got? You didn't hear? I don't think you heard. You didn't hear?
I didn't, but hold on.
Yep.
I just heard Alex sit there and hope on a guy that was on practice squad, right? And now I'm hearing y'all hoping on the Josh Gordon.
Hey,
like that's how bad it is for y'all at wide receiver. I know it's bad.
A lot of question marks.
God almighty.
Let me say this. I have a little bit more confidence in our wide receiver core than I think Hawk does, but I still think Josh needs to get some type of plan. I'm not saying he's gonna be the Cleveland Josh, but he can come in and contribute, right? And we were able to win. And I don't know if you guys knew this. We were like I think we broke a record for injuries last year for the most players played, right? I think it was 91.
91 players.
For us to do that with the players that we had practice squad play. Matter of fact, they had us out there playing, and we were still able to make it as a first seed. It's remarkable. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It is.
So real quick, guys, the Clanky Spoon asks, is anybody on the Giants?
What up, Clanky Spoon? What's up, man?
What
Go
up,
ahead,
Clank? He says, is anybody on the Giants offense capable of staying healthy?
No.
Damn.
Wow, that's a good question.
What's that, Kevin Hart? Kevin Hart said, damn.
Yeah. Damn.
Maybe Darius Slayton. Maybe that. I'm stretching that. That's a maybe. Maybe you're like 2 and 3 tight ends. Maybe, and that's how bad it gets with injuries. But also, maybe Evan Neal.
Darius Slayton goes down with a hamstring. None of them. Nobody.
Wow.
Not one.
Wow.
Damn. Okay.
Well, Dory said, "Man, we'll be all right, y'all. Man, we good, man. We all right. We good. We coming back to Nashville, man. I know what it is around here, man. We'll be all right.
Well, hopefully he can stay healthy. That was the problem he had with us.
Exactly.
That's the saying. Like,
and we were big Adoree Jackson fans here. Like we rooted for him, and we saw him progress, throughout his career here, and everything. So, but hey, it's what happens.
This is another question, I guess, for you guys.
Adoree. We love
Hey,
Adoree.
I was just about to ask that. Do you guys like Adoree?
I love Adoree. I mean,
we love.
Thanks, guys.
Hopefully he can stay a little bit more healthy because he was out for a few games last year, but praying that he stays healthy.
Let me say this, Jonathan. I'm gonna say this. When you look at Adoree has the potential to be a great corner. Like you said, he had to stay healthy. He stays healthy and his reps continue to go up, he'll be good. But it's just that was the thing with us. That's why we got rid of him. He couldn't stay healthy. That his last year with us, we were banking on him. We needed him in the playoffs, and he just couldn't stay healthy. So hopefully you guys can get something out of him that we couldn't. But hey, I don't know. Hey,
he's got prime talent, and where he struggled as well. They kind of stretched him from a position on the football field with him being a kickoff return and a punt return. It's like that's not what he does, man. He's too old now. He's out there playing corner. That's where he should be.
You know what it reminds me of? And it's still defensive backs, but and Alex will say, yeah, it kind of does, right? Antrell Roll, right? Because when Antrell Roll was in Arizona, they was playing him at cornerback, they was playing him at safety, and didn't really know what they wanted to do with Antrell Roll. He didn't have a role, right? And then he came over to us, and he was a leader, and he was a safety, right?
Yeah.
So I think the same thing with Adoree, and not to say that he didn't have a role with y'all, because he did. He had the kick return, the punt return, whatever, and also he was one or two cornerback on y'all roster. But like y'all said, the injuries and everything, that was a concern for y'all. Y'all let him go, and one man's junk is another man's treasure.
That's true.
There you go. And
appreciate that, Rocky Yeet. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. And Damon said Robert Woods was the difference and I agree. From the game tonight, I think that's what LA was missing. Now that's facts no paper, bro. You get a facts no paper for that, Damien. Like dead ass, like for real. And so Jonathan Hawk, he had a great 2019, but he had the mysterious injury. And then the story came about how him and Vrabel, and you know,
Yes.
Vrabel is a coach that he demands discipline. He demands you to come in and work hard. He demands you to play your part and play all positions because he's a versatile. He likes a versatile coach. He says, hey, if you play left tackle, I want you to know how to play right tackle, guard, everything. That's what type of coach he is. And I think Adoree in the squad that we had couldn't handle that particular pressure. So
That's right.
no, great point. Great
points. That's exact what he put on the comments is exactly what happened. That is a fact. Facts, no paper.
Yeah. He said, I mean, now you good, Jonathan. And that's the thing. And watching Adoree coming out of college when he was at USC, he was a playmaker. I mean, he played receiver, he returned punts, and I like you said, Shake. It's one man's trash is another man's treasure. And I wish the best for him. But something with the Giants that I noticed too, you guys like a lot of Arizona Cardinals. Like you said, Antron Roll came from the Cardinals. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie came from the Cardinals. DRC, a Tennessee State alumni. So y'all knew how to get and develop those talents. So I just feel like the Giants has got to get back to that culture. Y'all had a culture, and I think the culture just kind of went out the back door, and y'all got to
like we look at Arizona and be like, y'all don't know what to do with that time. Bring them over here.
Yeah.
So we do. We've been doing that since the 90s.
Yep.
Mark Jones said Vrabel has a team ready every week, and they play hard for him. He likes the players on that sidelines firing up the guys. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mike Vrabel was the coach of the year last year for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I don't think that's talked about a lot. He won coach of the year last year. We were the number 1 seed in the AFC last year with 91 players on the field. We had receivers out there wearing number 95 on the field.
With me, Hawk, Shank, and Alex playing receiver and DB. That's what I'm telling y'all. That's coach. He's a hell of a coach. Danko, you have a point here. Josh Gordon had an opportunity to stay with Kansas City, but he opted out of signing on the Kansas City's practice squad to come to the Titans. So I wonder if he sees something developmental-wise that he can come here and take advantage of. So,
Yep. So we'll throw a few more questions here on the board, y'all. We'll go for a few more minutes, man. We appreciate everybody that's on the show. Again, check out their podcast as well. Check the link is there in our description. We still got 49 people in the chat. Hit that like button, folks, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So I got a question, guys. I don't know if you guys caught the game tonight with LA and the Bills, and I'm doing a sidebar here. How do you guys feel about the Bills? And I know the media has hyped them up to be the Super Bowl favorite to win the Super Bowl. They're in you guys' state. How do you guys feel about the Bills? And I'm gonna start with Alex on this one, and then I'll come to you, Shank, and then I'll come to you, Hawk.
Yeah, Brian Dayball wants to know about this as well, too, man. He said, let me hear what y'all got to say about Buffalo, by the way.
I feel like the hype is potentially real. I mean, like I expected a close game tonight, and we had it for a little bit, but obviously that didn't take too long to be, so many scores is the difference. From what I saw in the second half, they cleaned up the turnovers and stuff.
Yep.
So with that being said, I think it's possible that they could be, that they could live up to the hype, but I need to see a few more games. They beat a good team. They beat the Rams, and that's very tough, but I need to see a few more games before I can realistically judge.
I agree. Shanks, what about you? Are they for real? Are they pretenders?
The thing, all right, with the Bills, I'm gonna say it like this. Yeah, they're good. They're a good team. They're a good offensive team. They're a good defensive team. Good team all around. But my thing is, why are they the Super Bowl favorites right now? Like, there are so many other juggernaut teams in this NFL that you can point to and look at that has won and say, okay, that team should be a favorite. Buffalo hasn't won in so long. And the last time I remember them in the Super Bowl, they done lost 4 of them straight. All right. So why are they the Super Bowl favorites? Why are they the it's Buffalo or die? It's like, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. They still got a lot to prove, man. They
Facts.
still got a lot to prove. And what they need to prove is that they can win when it matters, when it counts. They yet to do it. They haven't done it since early 80s, 70s, whatever you want to count it. So I don't understand all this fan fest and all this love for the Buffalo Bills. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said in the beginning, they are a good team all around. But let's hold on and see if they can win some of the big ones first. That's what I do.
Facts, no paper. What about you, Hawk? Hey, I know Josh Allen, your boy, man. That's your boy. That's your boy.
Josh Allen's real. Josh Allen's the real deal for sure. But Josh Allen is one player on the team, right? It's a team thing, right? And so the last time the Buffalo Bills came around Music City, right? Of course, we know about the Music City Miracle. But just like the last several times we've played Buffalo, we've owned Buffalo. We've owned them. Matter of fact, Derrick Henry stiffed Josh Norman down from Nashville up to New York City, man. Josh Norman is still flying right now in New York, right now from this stiff arm, okay? So when you think of Buffalo, you know, they are a good team. They're going to make the playoffs. There's no question about that. They will be in the mix of the Super Bowl. No question about that. But, you know, if for those that watch the show, of course, you all know probably your favorite combination show that we've ever done over the past several years is the shows that we do with the Buffalo Fanatics, okay? So if you guys have checked Buffalo Fanatics, their show is amazing.
Shout out to Rico.
Yes,
to Rico.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Rico,
sir. Yes, sir. So Rico's been on our show for many years, and he's talked his Buffalo trash as he should. And so I've always said, me and Jacques have both said, bro, y'all still have the same team. You still can't run the ball. You're not going to run against us. We know this for a fact. And that still sort of holds true now, right? Their running game is still so-so. So I thought in the first round that they would have drafted a running back, and they did not. I was shocked. So they ended up drafting Cook from Georgia, but he's not the answer. Hey, he had a fumble today, so he's not the answer. So Buffalo's going to still be in the mix. And you know, I still generally say they still have the same offense. Now they've got better on defense. Von Miller had 2 sacks today. So I think that's where the hype is, because they've gotten better on defense. And they still got arguably the 2 best safeties in the league besides us out there too. So I think the hype is real, and I actually think the hype has smoke to it. So they can be beat. Not saying anybody can be beat. It's not like I'm saying thinking Buffalo's gonna be undefeated. They could be. We can beat them if we can. You know, we have beat them. Yes. They're scared when they play us for some reason, man. This year it's gonna be different because we got to go to Buffalo. But hey, you know, Buffalo's doing their hardest to be the kings of the New York State, man. They trying to take over, says Jay-Z, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, hey, so
let me say this about the Bills. Right. Let me say this about the Bills. It's something about the Bills last year. They beat teams that they were supposed to beat, right? The teams that are sub 500, right? The teams that are not good, they go in there and they smoke them. But the teams that are 500, the playoff teams, those are the teams, as Shake said, they can't get over that hump. With us, when they played us last year, we gave them a run for their money. We can run on Buffalo. The thing about Buffalo, especially on defense, is take advantage. If you run on Buffalo, it opens up the pass. If you have a run game, run on Buffalo. And if you got a good offensive line, because it makes those great safeties step up, then that's when you take advantage. On offense, don't give up the big play. The big play is the Patrick Mahomes effect, right? People have figured out Patrick Mahomes. They say, hey, don't give up the big play. Don't let nothing go past this safety. When I used to play safety, my coach would tell me, hey, don't let nothing get past this line right here. Once that happens, then boom. We seen that tonight when they played the Rams. The Rams, I don't know what Jalen Ramsey, I don't know what's going on with Jalen Ramsey, but that touchdown that he gave up to, I think, Stephon Diggs was ridiculous. I don't know if he thought he had safety help. I don't know if he trusts his makeup speed, but you're getting a little older, my friend. Got to slow it down. So you can't give up the big plays against Buffalo and keep Josh Allen contained in that pocket and have him going sideline to sideline. You can beat the Bills. As you guys said, the Bills, to me, still have a lot to prove. Yeah, you can say they're going to the Super Bowl. They can go 14-2, but we know how it is. When you get in the playoffs, you 0-0. So, hey. Yep. And real quick, guys. So Mark Jones brings up a great point. So this Sunday's game, 3-6 Mafia is going to be performing at the game. And it's going to be, they have I think correct me if I'm wrong, Hawk, I think it's a contract that they have with the Titans now.
They do.
That Who Run It is going to be the theme song for the season, right?
Yep.
And
Who Run
so,
Who Run it?
It's going
Nice.
to get the stadium going and get the stadium electrified. You know, we're not too far from Memphis,
Nice.
4 hours, so it's going to be
The Tennessee
a very
thing, man.
Yep.
That's
Let
nice.
me see if we
I
got
like
any
that.
more.
Yep.
Hey, Giants, Malik Willis. Okay, great question.
Great
Alex,
question.
Oh,
Shake, what do y'all
man.
think of Malik Willis? I'm gonna go with you first, Alex.
You know, I do have the somewhat under, I can't say underrated, but I would say scoped out opinion that I didn't want a quarterback at all from this draft class. He does look nice though. I mean, I'm not gonna deny
job,
that.
Alex.
I don't know what Jackson, not Jacksonville. I don't know what Tennessee thinks about him, but I personally, a lot of people were calling him for, the Giants draft him in the first round. I'm like, listen, next year, wait for it.
Right. Gotcha.
What about you, Shake?
Yeah. See, like in Giant Land, they are prisoners of the moment. Like seriously, right? So right after that combine, whatever, like that workout, whatever. I mean, it was so many Giant fans. Malik Willis, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, no. Listen, no disrespect to the kid, but our next quarterback has to be a Joe Montana, right? He has to be one of those guys that we was lobbying and looking at for 2-3 years, like he's gonna be the next. I want that guy. I don't want a Malik Willis that came out of nowhere and we like, oh, he got potential to be great. Okay, sure. A lot of people got the potential to be great, but I want the guy that's more like a sure shot, right? So, looking at him, yes, he does look good, right? He does look good to me. He looked like a Dante Culpepper, honestly,
Huh?
right? But I would say, and I said this back then in the process of the draft process, it's going to take a year or two for this kid. So
Yep.
for us, it would have been disaster because the media would have been lobbying and calling for him to replace Daniel Jones and all this. It would have been disastrous. But for Tennessee, the Titans is perfect. This guy gets to sit, he gets to learn under a veteran and get to learn that aspect of the game, and then he gets to use his athleticism going forward. So I think this is the best, perfect position for him, not for us. So yeah, I think the sky's the limit for this kid.
Yeah, I know who the
Wow.
Giants are holding out for. Y'all holding out for Arch Manning, the
You
nephew.
know what?
Arch
I'm
Manning.
telling
That's
you,
who y'all
man.
holding out for. Y'all
I'm
got 4 or
telling you,
5 years.
man. Look, I got a plan. Let me tell you my plan real quick, right? Daniel Jones, he's going after this season. I am a huge fan of Tyler Van Dyke from Miami University, right? Now we can get him, I'll be ecstatic. Now, if he doesn't pan out, you goddamn right. We need Arch Manning, okay? I'm looking. I've been watching since he put the goddamn cleats on in middle school. Trust me,
Yep.
I was on it. I said, "There's another Manning coming," and I told all Giant fans. So look out.
Yeah.
That's
Gotcha,
funny.
man. Gotcha.
In Titans country, we've got to see Malik play, and Hawk could tell you, I've been kind of scouting Malik for almost 2 years, Hawk.
Yep.
And so we said the same thing. And when he was getting drafted, I'm gonna mimic what you said, Shake. If he was to go to the Giants, if he was to go to somewhere we had to start day one, his career is over. Okay, it's just a wrap. But when he came to us, the first thing Vrabel don't play. Vrabel's a no nonsense coach. He pulled him the first preseason game in the second half for not throwing the ball enough. He wanted to see what he can do in that pocket. He said, I want you to sit back there and I want you to throw. I want you to go through your progressions. I want you to go through your reads and I want you to make the right decision. I don't care if you throw an interception. At least you threw the ball and you threw it to your receiver. You go from rookie mini camp and you've seen, okay, his footwork is a little clanky, but he has a ceiling. His ceiling is high. His ceiling is Josh Allen. The way the boys got the arm strength and the arm talent is ridiculous. His speed is ridiculous, as Hawk has mentioned. Madden knows, okay? Madden has this joker, throwing power in the top, 10, and speed in the top 10 of quarterbacks. It's in maybe the top 5. It's ridiculous. I've never seen nothing like it. What I'm a component of when I look at players and just people, period, do you make the same mistake twice? And are you consistent, right? From rookie mini camp to training camp, he gets in training camp and he said, I'm light years ahead. I'm like, okay, you got to show it. You got to prove it. In the first preseason game, in the first training camp, okay, he was a little behind. He did Malik Willis things, running with his legs. We need to see you throw, bro. What are you doing? Second preseason game, what happened, Hawk? Got better. Third preseason game, way better. Doesn't make the same mistake twice. So for him to sit for a whole year, I'm with it. Don't play him none this year. I don't want no special packages. I don't want him at receiver. I don't want him playing running back. I don't want him playing special teams. Put him on ice. Let him sit there and do what he do.
Yep. That's a fact. I totally agree with that, man. I do. For sure, man. So, well, folks, well, we're gonna end the show, y'all. We want to just say again, thank you everybody for tuning in on the show. We had almost 60 viewers here on the show tonight. We did a doubleheader today with Shakes Montana and Alex as well. We wanted to say thank you to both of you as well too, and give you another opportunity, man. To talk about your podcast before we end the show and those things. So, Alex, man, we'll go with you first, man.
Yeah, it was a great time, talking Giants versus Titans. Hopefully my Giants pull an upset, but I unfortunately don't have that happening. Then again, I've been wrong before. The chat was awesome. Discussion was awesome. As I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show, the Dead Red podcast on Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the Boys of the Big Apple podcast on Mondays at 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those are sports podcasts, talk about everything. And then the Big Blue in the Bronx podcast, which is consistently Giants, that comes out on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then that'll be the same time the Titans preview actually comes out for this weekend. So appreciate y'all having me on.
Man, we appreciate it too, man. Thank you kindly. Make sure you all subscribe to his channel for sure. For sure, man. So
great job,
well, thank you.
Definitely, I gotta follow you, Alex. We'll talk.
I'll follow you back.
For sure, sure. All right. And Shakes, man, we want to say thank you as well, too, man. We want to give you a final shout out about your podcast, Shakedown Media Network. What's up?
Absolutely, man. For you Titan fans, we had Locked On Titans come on, did an interview with them. And yesterday we just had an AFC South round table. It was fire. We had content creators from each one of y'all organizations. So definitely go check them out, man. And Shakedown Media Network. I'm working, man. I'm out here, man. I appreciate you hitting me up and inviting me. It was at 11 o'clock Eastern time for me. And when you first hit me up, I'm like, 10 Central. Hold on, what is 10 Central? And I looked and it said 11 Eastern. I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm glad I did, man. So it was an awesome time to be on here. And any time that you need me, man, just hit me up. I'm there.
Yes, sir, man, and vice versa, man. We appreciate it for sure, man. We watched your show last night, and we even made comments on your show and everything last night too.
Yeah,
man. That was fun, man. That was fun.
Definitely.
For sure.
Thank you.
Cool. So, well, again, we want to say thank you all for watching the show. As always, you can always check us out on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We're on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7. You can also hit us up at Tennessee Titans Weekly on gmail.com. We are on TikTok as well. Check us out on TikTok, Tennessee Titans Weekly. We're there as well, too. I just saw somebody say TSU beating JSU on Saturday. Ooh, that'll be a big upset, man. I don't know if I see that, but I'll be there. Bro. I'll be in the M-Town. I'll be there. Yep, I'll be there. So yeah, man. So yeah, man. That's what we do, Jacques.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, guys, we appreciate y'all coming on to the show. When we play the Giants again, we definitely got to have y'all guys back to do this again. Like you said, Alex, we play y'all every 4 years, so we definitely got to come back, Shakes. Once again, appreciate it. And before we do any closing thoughts, we got another super chat. Zach came through again with the $4.99.
Zach, what's good, Zach, man?
Appreciate it, man. He's showing love to the show, man. Appreciate it,
man. So you know what, Zach, man.
Oh man, Damon. Okay, keep going, bro.
Okay, we got to give Zach a second one, man. We won't give him 2 on this one, man.
Okay. Do-do-do-do. Boom. Do-do-do-do. Boom.
Once again, Zach Carpenter is in the building, folks.
Yes,
and
sir.
we got that boy Damon Beverly, man.
Hey, $10 come through the $10 super chat again, bro. Appreciate you, guys.
Damon,
this
man.
goes back into the show. Anything you donate to the show goes back into the content.
That's right.
Anything that we do, this really helps us build our show and bring more content to you guys. So we really appreciate it. But hit that
really
horn,
man.
Do-do-do-do. Boom.
Damon Beverly in the building, folks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But like I was saying, man, hey, once again, guys, appreciate it. If you like Hawk said, go follow these two, subscribe to their channels. When you do subscribe, like and share the content. And also when you come to us, do the same thing and cut your notification bells on, because that lets you know when we go live, when we post any videos or any content. You won't miss anything if you cut that notification bells on. And once again, the Giants play the Titans Sunday, guys. Good luck. We're going to have a good time. I will be at the game to just enjoy the festivities. And, hey, as I say every show, when you share the video, tell your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your dog, your cat, your roach, tell it all. Just tell it all.
Tell everybody, for sure. So, well, all right, y'all. Well, we want to say have a great weekend. And, Jacques, as we always say, bro, facts.
No paper.